Well, I was completely wrong. They actually killed off Subaru. Fair play. But on the plus side, the checkpoint got moved to further on after the whale was defeated. Thank God. So we didn't have to sit through watching all that all over again. So at least that was good. As well, this way things get solved that didn't get solved in the first time. So we learn a bit more information from Beetlejuice. As well, a lot of the villagers get saved because obviously it was an ambush before. Like, they knew the ambush was coming, but there was an ambush even, like, before the ambush. But this time they ambushed the ambushees that were going to ambush them. Ow, my brain. Okay, I want to start at the beginning of the episode because he's standing there. He's like, all of the followers are all ready to hear like the battle plan and what he's going to do. And he decides to be honest with them and says, alright guys, has anyone heard about, like, people possessing people? And they sort of established that, oh, okay, so we need to defeat these 10 fingers and then that will be able to kill Beetlejuice kind of thing. It's like, yeah, and they might be able to take over my body as well? What do I do? And we don't get an answer to that there. But I imagine they have thought of something because they seem to have planned everything else out. I think they have a way of defeating Sloth when all of his other fingers are defeated to stop him going into Subaru. How they do that? I don't know, we're going to find out next week, probably. Another issue that they resolved, which was a problem last time, is the blank letter that got sent to the castle. Some people said it wasn't meant to be a blank letter. It was meant to have some writing on, but perhaps the person that wrote that letter was affected by the whale, so that might have erased what was written on the letter or something like that. We'll go into that probably more when the series ends. But it was good because they sent Wilhelm ahead to the castle to say, I'm sorry about the blank letter, but we actually have a team of people. This is what's happening. This is kind of what's going on. And the entire time they don't mention that this is Subaru's plan. It's all Crush's plan kind of thing, which is a half truth, to be honest with you. And the reason they do this is because Subaru really doesn't want to meet Amelia. Now, I'm not too sure why this is. I imagine it's just one, strategy purposes, because Subaru doing all this would raise more questions than it would answer. But I think Subaru's really afraid to see Amelia now. Like we saw in the last episode, he was hesitant to go up to her when she was crying before. So this is going to be tough for him when he actually meets her. But he was there though, and he did sort of talk to her, and he was still offering advice to her. He was wearing that awesome hoodie, which I'm not going to lie, if they sold that, they probably do. I'd buy it. But it apparently has some magic in it, which stops you from being noticed kind of thing. So when Subaru was wearing it, even I was watching it and I was like, how the hell does Amelia not know that's Subaru? But then they told me about the cloak and I was like, oh, okay, then that makes sense. But when Amelia has to get into the little carriage thing with all the little children and she's like, oh no, the children would probably want to go with someone else, and he sort of walks past and it's like, well, why don't you see what they think first? And they all say that we'd love to be in the carriage with you, and that like makes Amelia smile. And she goes to thank the stranger, but the stranger has disappeared. It's brilliant. He doesn't want any appreciation. He's amazing, this new Subaru. Better than the old Subaru, I must say. But what Subaru is trying to teach Amelia is for her not to believe in her own prejudice, because she sees herself as someone that looks like the jealous witch. She is exactly like her, and she doesn't want people to see her that way, but she sees herself that way. So Subaru's just trying to solve that for her, and it's good. It's like some real themes in this series. Like there's real stuff in here. It's really good. Which makes me all the more sad that there's only one more episode left. So we get Beetlejuice versus Subaru Part 3. Subaru does his whole, hey, Sloth, I'm another one of these Sin Archbishop guys, it's nice to meet you. You want to tell me your plans or anything? What are we actually doing with Amelia? So it turns out, according to Beetlejuice, he says that the whole point of getting Amelia is to use her as a vessel so that the jealous witch can possess her and use her body. But that isn't the main priority. All they have to do, apparently, is if that doesn't work, if they just kill her, then she will be reborn on the... I can't remember what he says, it's like on the special day or something. And Subaru's obviously annoyed the fact that she isn't the main target or something. I was a bit mixed up there. You'll have to sort of fill me in the comment section below. But my understanding is they just want to kill Amelia so that the jealous witch can be somehow reborn again. So this is what the Sin Archbishops are aiming to do. I must say, I forgot what she's called. She's called like Patrash or something, but I'm just going to call her Patricia. That dragon thing, Subaru's mount. There were so many flags going off in this episode where I thought they're going to kill off this mount. I'm sure they are, because he was like saying like, I'm sorry to rely on you. Well, she does that headbutt thing. She hits Sloth first. fantastic. And then she's like running away, and then obviously Sloth's on that hand, which was so funny when they were looking at him and you couldn't see the hands. He was just sort of curled up in a ball like this, flying. That was funny. But like the amount of times he says, "Oh, Patrash, I owe you so much. You do so much for me." I was like, "Oh man, she's gonna get killed off or something." But it didn't happen. It was all good, and I'm okay with that. We've seen enough death in this series, so a bit of life every now and then I'm happy with. Speaking of Sloth, I love the way Subaru like sort of got right under his skin, or under his nails, if you will. He's like, "Oh, I see the jealous witch hasn't granted you access to talk to her whenever you fancy." And he's like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, I can just talk to her whenever. You know what? We're so close. She even grabbed my heart." Literally. Oh, Subaru. He makes me laugh. The last thing that happens in the episode is obviously Julius turns up using his spirit arts, which apparently Sloth is a little bit afraid of, but he says that this isn't going to stop me. But it's cool what Julius does. He does a magic where he can see through Subaru's eyes. He even closes his eyes at one point. And so this is how he's able to see the unseen hands, which obviously annoys Sloth quite a bit. But I just like the fact that they're like bickering and bantering, Subaru and Julius. They're just sort of chatting shit like, "Oh, I hate you," and like, "No, you're my friend, really. I like you." And Sloth's just kind of just standing there like that. But this is a fantastic episode as a build up to the final episode. So things are going to go down in the next episode. If I were to judge this series, what I predict in the final episode, I think that revelations haven't ended just yet. We had a big information dump in this episode, but I think there's going to be more revelations, more big events happening in the next episode. Some might probably be traumatic, but we'll have to find that out next week. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, there is one huge spoiler which was spoiled for me many moon ago. You've probably heard me mention it a few times, and that spoiler happens in the next episode. So I believe, unless the anime changes it somehow, which I don't think they're going to do. But I will be doing probably a live reaction on the next episode, so I'll make sure to record my reaction. So yeah, it should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts and theories, how they're going to defeat Sloth without his soul going into Subaru and ruining it all over again. So I'd like to hear your thoughts below. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you later. Oh, hello guys, you've stuck around. Well, I just popped on eBay. You can absolutely buy the Amelia cloak. 17 UK pounds, that's probably like $30, something like that. Oh wow. It's totally worth it. It's totally worth the money. No, I'm not going to buy it really. Or am I? Right then guys, so recently I subscribed to Loot Crate. Specifically I subscribed to Loot Anime. They specialise in sending Loot Anime related stuff, and I thought that I'd do an unboxing for you guys and show you the kind of stuff I got. Unfortunately I'm in the future, so I've already opened it all, so I know what I get. This is what the box looks like after you've turned it inside out. It's kind of like a treasure chest, which we're going to see a treasure chest worth of stuff inside. Also I'm wearing, spoiler, a t-shirt. You'll see more of that later. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Here we go. Right then, here we go. Welcome to the unboxing. First things first, let's get through this protective layer, which